Iboan. I am Cyril Hityaraki, your science teacher. Today I invite grade 9 children to study Unit 6. The human circulatory system. It's a biology lesson. It's very interesting to study biology. In this lesson, we have to study three components: human heart, blood vessels and blood. When we study human heart, we have to study the structure of human heart. The size of the human heart is similar to your fist. The heart is located between the lungs inside the thoracic cavity. The heart is made of the cardiac muscles. It is a hollowed structure. There is a cavity inside. Let's study the internal structure of the heart, the ventral view of the heart. Yes, children, when you study ventral view of the heart, you study the heart of a person in front of you and looking at you. Sometimes there are this type of pictures in your question papers. Then you have to mark the left side in the right side of the picture. Right. Then study the internal structure of the heart. There are 4 chambers. Upper chambers are known as atria. Lower chambers are known as ventricles. Yes, children. Then, left hand side upper chamber is known as the right atrium. Left hand side lower chamber is known as the right ventricle. Right side upper chamber is known as the left atrium. Right hand side lower chamber is known as the left ventricle. Now, check your knowledge. Now, name A, B, C, D, the chambers. Now, A is right atrium and B is right ventricle. C is left atrium, the D left ventricle. Right. Let's start study of blood vessels. There are 3 types of blood vessels: artery, veins, capillaries. The human blood flows through the vessels. That's why it is called a closed circulatory system. First we study the arteries. The artery is the blood vessel that take the blood away from the heart. Inside the arteries, blood flows from the heart towards the organs. There are 2 types of arteries: aorta, pulmonary artery. First one is the aorta, second is the pulmonary artery. The aorta starts from the left ventricle. The pulmonary artery starts from the right ventricle. That means the arteries starts from the ventricles. Then the pulmonary artery transports blood to the lungs. Pulmonary semilunar valve is at the starting point of the pulmonary artery. Aorta transport blood to the other parts of the body. Aortic semilunar valve is at the starting point of the aorta. Arteries further divide into arterioles and capillaries. Artery walls are thick and elastic, so it can withstand the high pressure. Now let's study the veins. Veins are the blood vessels that take the blood towards the heart. Inside the veins, blood flows towards the heart. The capillaries join together to form ventricles, and ventricles join together to form veins. There are two main veins. The first one, superior vena cava and inferior vena cava. The second, pulmonary vein. Blood in the organs above the heart flows through the superior vena cava. Blood in the organs below the heart flows through the inferior vena cava. Pulmonary veins start from the lungs, and pulmonary veins takes the blood to the left atrium. Veins collect the blood from capillaries. Veins collect the blood from capillaries. The pressure inside the veins is relatively low. The walls of the vein are thin and less elastic. These are where in the vein open towards the heart to prevent the backflow. Let's study the capillaries. Walls of the capillaries consist of a single layer of cells. They spread among the cells. They supply nutrients to the cells. They remove the water, they remove the waste matter from the cells. Finally, we study the blood. There are two components in the blood, corpuscles and plasma. 45% of blood is corpuscles and 55% of blood is plasma. And corpuscles can be divided into three categories. Red blood cells, it is also called erythrocytes. White blood cells, it is also called leukocytes, and the platelets. Mainly plasma can be divided into three categories. Water, things soluble in water, things insoluble in water. Let's study red blood cells, erythrocytes. Red blood cells contain red pigments called hemoglobin. Hemoglobin carries oxygen from lungs to the body cells. White blood cells, it is also called leukocytes. White blood cells defend the body by destroying pathogens and producing antibodies. There are 5 types of white blood cells: neutrophils, eosinophils, basophils, lymphocytes, and monocytes. The third type of blood cells, platelets. Platelets help in blood clotting at a bleeding site. Some virus infections cause a rapid decline in a platelet percentage. Dengue, leptospirosis are some examples for those viruses. Then come to study the functions of plasma. Transporting substances dissolved in itself. Plasma transport substances dissolved in itself. Transport digestive products, minerals and vitamins to the cells. Transport hormones, proteins, enzymes and gases to the relevant parts of the body. Then we study blood Transfusion. The transfer of blood from one individual to another is known as blood transfusion. The person who donates blood is called the donor. The person who receives blood is called the recipient. AB group is called the universal recipient. O blood group is called the universal donor. Yes, children, compatibility of blood groups. Try to understand how to transfer blood, the recipient and the donor. The blood groups of recipient A, B, AB and O. The blood groups of donor A, B, AB and O. Blood group of A as the donor can be given to the recipient. A transfusion of blood from A to A, the same blood group. It is impossible to transfer the blood group of A as a donor to the blood group of B as the recipient. AB is the universal recipient. The blood group of AB can obtain from any group. Then O is the universal donor. The blood group of O can give blood to any group of blood. Then it is also known as the universal donor. Right, let's study compatibility of rhesus factor. If the rhesus factor is present in one's blood, it is considered as Rh positive. And if rhesus factor is absent, it is considered as Rh negative. The person who belongs to Rh positive can give blood to the person who belongs to the Rh factor positive. And if the donor is the Rh negative, no matter in giving the blood to the Rh positive recipient, even the Rh negative donor can give blood to Rh negative recipient. Let's study blood agglutination. Clumping of the transfused blood particles in the body of the recipient is called agglutination. That means blood clotting. Blood clotting, agglutination is an important process that prevents excessive bleeding when there is an injury or internal bleeding. Yes, children, finally we study the favorable habits to maintain healthy blood circulation. Reducing salt consumption, control conditions like high blood pressure and diabetes, adding more vegetables and fruits to meals, reduce consumption of fatty foods, refrain from smoking and liquor.